Morocco has just written another golden chapter in African football history. The Atlas Lions have officially secured their place in the FIFA World Cup quarterfinals, an extraordinary achievement that proves this is no longer a one-time miracle, but a new reality. Reaching the last 8 in 2 consecutive World Cups is something no other African nation has ever accomplished. Morocco is no longer surprising the world. It is establishing itself as a true football powerhouse capable of competing with the very best. However, behind this impressive qualification lies a much more complex story. While the final score suggests a dominant performance, the match itself tells a completely different tale. And that's exactly what makes this victory even more fascinating to analyze. From the opening minutes, something felt unusual. Morocco, a team normally known for its composure in possession and the precision of its passing, struggled to find its rhythm. Technical mistakes became more frequent, passes lacked their usual accuracy, and Canada managed to impose a high level of intensity. For long stretches of the first half, the Atlas Lions looked far less convincing than they had throughout the tournament. It was arguably Morocco's weakest first-half performance since the beginning of this World Cup. But this is precisely where great teams separate themselves from the rest. Even when they are far from their best, they always find a way to win. That is exactly what Morocco demonstrated. Despite the difficult moments, the players remained focused, disciplined, and above all, patient. They accepted the pressure without ever losing their defensive organization. That level of maturity is something only experienced international teams possess. Several key players experienced an unusually difficult game. Achraf Hakimi was not as influential going forward as he usually is. Brahim Diaz found it harder to break through the Canadian defense and struggled to create dangerous opportunities. Asadine Ounahi also had difficulty controlling the midfield and imposing his usual rhythm. Yet even without producing their best football, these players continued to influence the game through their experience, intelligence, and ability to step up when it mattered most. And if there is one player who perfectly symbolizes this qualification, it is Yassine Bounou. Once again, the Moroccan goalkeeper delivered when his team needed him the most. With several outstanding saves, remarkable composure, and undeniable leadership, he prevented Canada from gaining momentum. Every crucial intervention kept Morocco alive until the moment the match finally turned in their favor. Then came the decisive turning point. The opening goal completely changed the game. Until then, Canada had been well organized and highly disciplined. But once they fell behind, they were forced to push forward in search of an equalizer. As they committed more players to the attack, spaces began to appear all over the field, and Morocco took full advantage. That was when the Atlas Lions' experience truly came into play. They became far more dangerous on the counter-attack while remaining extremely solid defensively. And this was much more than just another victory. It was proof that this Moroccan side can win even without playing its best football. That ability often separates good teams from genuine title contenders. Morocco did not need to dominate every minute of the game to prove its superiority. Instead, it waited patiently for the right moment, struck with ruthless efficiency, and managed the rest of the match with impressive maturity. However, not everything is perfect heading into the next round. One major concern has emerged following this historic qualification. One of Morocco's key players picked up an injury during the match, raising serious questions about his availability for the quarterfinals. Should his absence be confirmed, it would represent a significant challenge for the coaching staff ahead of an even tougher test. Ultimately, this qualification represents far more than simply winning another match. It confirms that Moroccan football continues to establish itself among the world's elite. Reaching the World Cup quarterfinals in back-to-back tournaments is no coincidence. It is the result of years of hard work, a remarkably talented generation of players, and an ambition that continues to grow. The Atlas Lions are no longer playing solely for their country. They are carrying the hopes of an entire continent, dreaming of seeing an African nation push the boundaries of history even further. Now it's your turn. Do you believe this Moroccan team has what it takes to go even further and create another historic moment? Let us know your thoughts in the comments and tell us how far you think the Atlas Lions can go in this World Cup.